Hi all, and welcome back to my channel of an everyday life of an Aspie. If you're new to my channel, I welcome you all. I'm Aspie and I'm all about creating mental health and awareness and sharing my life stories with Aspie syndrome and the like, as well as advocating for you guys, along with tips and advice along the way with the fun and games hopefully in future date. So if you're into any of these right now, smash the like or feel free to subscribe on the bottom right hand corner of the screen and also don't forget to turn on the notification bell for future updates another like these. Interview like kind of collab that I have introduced you guys to some that has reached out to me, and this one is a new person. Her name's Lydia Williams from Life of Lydia. I'll link her channel in the bottom of the description, so follow her to show your support. Just say hi, Aspie sent me. And I would like to say right now to you guys basically that this is going to be a touchy subject as a disclaimer before we continue, and I want to thank Lydia for taking her time out of her day to build up the courage to share these answers to the questions. I know sometimes for some of us it'll be really hard for us to bring out, but I'm hoping in saying this that it will be a better understanding for you all on what life is like for her as well as for me when we journey this together today. So this one's all about basically she's agreed to for 3 different conditions. The first one I'm going to question on with the same questions are anorexia, PTSD and BPD. PTSD, which is abbreviated down from post-traumatic stress disorder, as well as borderline personality disorders, to give you guys a clarification here before we begin. So the questions I want to throw at her right now is question number 1, what is the name of the condition and its common names if any?
Oh, my eyes look really big, but my hair is a mess, and that's not okay. Well, it is. I look like I'm tired, which would be correct because I'm asleep. I'm here. Oh yeah, hi. Hi. I'm Lydia. I'm from the YouTube channel Life of Lydia, and I completely forgot to introduce myself because it's not my channel. Aspie would ask me to come over onto the channel and answer these questions, so here I am. Hello. Today I'm going to be talking about BPD. So the name of my condition is borderline personality disorder. It's also known as emotionally unstable personality disorder, which out of the 2 names I prefer being called a borderline than I do emotionally unstable. But insulting if someone calls you emotionally unstable, to be honest. Nowadays it is diagnosed as emotionally unstable personality disorder, but back when I was diagnosed it wasn't.
Is how and when were you diagnosed?
I was diagnosed after my second suicide attempt. And I was around 17, 18. I was an A&E and I got assessed under the mental health act, and they was like, we're gonna let you go. Do you know what your diagnosis is? And I said no, because I didn't. I knew I had anxiety and that, but I knew it was kind of more than that. I've got a few diagnoses. I don't want to go into all of them. I was told I had a diagnosis of anxiety, PTSD, and borderline personality disorder. I knew about 2 of them. I didn't know about the BPD. There are, like I say, there are other diagnoses, I just don't talk about them. So I'm 20, I'm 21 this year, so it was good. About 5 years since I started to struggle intensely with things. I've been diagnosed for about 3-4 years now with BPD. The thing that bothers me most about the diagnosis is the not knowing of the emotions, because not knowing how you feel, it makes you angry, and then I get really outwardly angry, not towards people. I'm not angry or a violent person. Stigma. I'm not angry or a violent person. It's very hard. I think the other thing is just the fluctuations. You can go from crying to giggling to manic to crying again, and they're all true emotions. Like, it's not attention seeking, it's just it just shifts so quickly that you can't keep
Question 3, the signs and symptoms of the condition.
So the most common signs of BPD are repetitive suicide attempts, self-harm, emotional instability, mood fluctuations. The impulsiveness is a lot higher, and the biggest thing I think for most people with borderline, I'm going to refer to them as borderlines, most borderlines, is that we are terrible with relationships. Our relationships are so intense because we feel emotions on such an intense level that it can be very hard to be around. And often, like, 2 people who are borderline can't be in a relationship together because it crashes and burns. Because the level of intensity of emotions is just way too high.
Any causes and triggers? If so, what are they?
For me, anyway, what people are saying is the main reason is because I had a very unstable childhood. My childhood was very unstable and unknown, and from that I've had very unstable emotions, and then from that the instability has led to me feeling out of control, to then suicide attempts, and it's a very intense thing to live with, and there's so much stigma around it. And it's so bad that like I'm going to get onto this subject in a little bit, but the stigma that there is with this condition is ridiculous. I have had so much hate because of it. It's unbelievable.
5. What are the everyday struggles with this condition and how do you overcome it?
I take each day as it comes. I think that's just the important thing of any mental health.
6. Has your condition ever stopped you from doing the things you love? If so, why not?
I've recently stopped going to one university. I'm starting a new university in September, so 2 weeks. I had to stop going to university because of a hospital admission. It interfered. Like, I was admitted to hospital under the Mental Health Act, which is a compulsory admission. I was put on a 28-day hold.
7. Do you take any medication for your condition? If so, what are they and how do they affect you on a daily? And how do they work? The side effects to them, obviously, which I'm talking about right now, what are they?
There is no, like, cure. You can't get rid of it. It's there forever. You can learn to manage it. I've previously done DBT, CBT therapy. I don't find therapy helpful. I think it's the biggest waste of time ever. I'm currently on medication. I'm on venlafaxine, which is an antidepressant. I've previously been on other medications. I'm only on that one at the moment, and that's just to try and keep my mood more stable than it has been.
What are your pet peeves about the condition that you have?
That it's for attention. I hate it. I've been called an attention seeker so many times. I've had people call me time wasters. I've been arrested. I've just had so much going on with it all that I've been called an attention seeker far too many times. And the thing is, like, that I'm not going to sit here and pretend that everyone with borderline personality disorder is some misunderstood person, because some people with it take it for granted and use it as an excuse for everything. I think anyone who takes it for granted is idiotic. The thing is, I know far too many people who have it that are taking the diagnosis for granted, used it as a way of... I've had someone that I knew that I'm no longer in contact with that has this condition, and every little thing that happens, oh, it's because of my BPD, oh, it's because of your BPD, and BPD is an excuse. It's a big pet peeve. That's like, people with BPD, that's my biggest pet peeve with that. A lot of people use it as an excuse. I don't really very often disclose the BPD diagnosis because it doesn't, I've learned to live with it, right? It's been my life for 4 years now. We're gonna say 4 years. So I can live with it. I'm used to it. To people on the outside, I think to automatically assume that every borderline is manipulative, every borderline is attention seeking, it's damaging. It's a very hurtful thing to be said. I've said to you. Believe me, I had it said to me and it literally nearly killed me.
Are there any benefits of having your condition? If so, what are they? If not, why not?
You have the ability to kind of empathise with other people with a condition. It allows you to understand emotions on that level. Like, you can understand the switches, you can understand the changing of it, you can understand the dissociation, you can understand everything that comes with it, which is a very hard thing for an outsider to understand. And my mom doesn't understand it, for instance, and it's very hard living with her because she doesn't get it. Attention seeking is not a cry for help, it's a real condition that's diagnosed.
What advice would you give to someone that is in a relationship that may have a person that has this condition?
Don't jump to conclusions. Don't assume everyone with borderline personality disorder is doing things for attention. The biggest thing with people, and I've had this myself with a police officer saying it to me, is because of the amount of suicide attempts and the amount of self-harm, people would presume you're just doing it is in a way of seeking attention. It's not that. I remember about a month ago, I went for a walk to try and distract myself because I was feeling suicidal. I ended up walking down the side of a motorway and the police officer came over. You're doing it for attention, drove off. Then when I got to where I was walking, the police officer stopped me and said, you're just doing this for our attention. It says on our system you like our attention. I was like, yeah, I really want your attention. When I didn't call you, you'll probably arrest me. And I don't know, I have a lot of, where I was living, I had a lot of issues with the local police there because of the amount of involvement they've had. When it comes to them, they then turned around and said, and when I got home, I tried to kill myself. I tried to hang myself, basically. I can't be blunt. More than that, I tried to hang myself, and the police turned up and they was like, why didn't you tell us? And I did. And it was at that point that that was the only reason I hit the point. I was like, I can't keep doing this. At that point, it was either I get help or I end up dead. And I ended up getting admitted to hospital again under the mental health act. And then I came home to my mum's because she came and picked me up because they reached out. Well, I reached out to her and they made the deal that if I went back with my mum, I didn't have to go into hospital. If I went into hospital, it would be on a 3-month-old, which I didn't want. And that's a very hard thing to talk about at the moment because it's still quite recent. On my channel, I have made a few videos where I talk a bit about what happened. I'm going to move on to the next one.
Can you describe what your life is like living with this condition on a daily?
Just imagine your emotions switching very quickly and then not understanding them. Having people around you assume you're doing stuff for attention, feeling suicidal constantly. Mood flipping from feeling suicidal to happy and then feeling suicidal while you're happy, just wanting it all to end. That is a day with my mind, pretty much. Or was a day with my mind. Like I say, I'm in a pretty good place at the moment.
And last but not least, before we end this today, is there anything else you would like to add before ending this collab today as a form of advice or just something based on it? And if so, what would you like to say to the audience?
Don't call them attention seeking. However, I want to be there. Treat them like a normal person. We're not broken. Like, we're not fragile. Don't treat us like we're fragile because it's just it makes things worse. Treating people like they're fragile makes things worse. Like I said, I'm Lydia. Hello. I make mental health videos on YouTube too. I basically vlog my recovery. And there's some dark stuff on my channel, but there's also some happy stuff on my channel. So, thank you for having me. I'll see you soon.
I would like to take the time now to thank Lydia Williams for participating in this. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully in saying this that you'll go back to her channel after watching this and just say Aspie has lead me to the channel. Show your support by either watching some of her videos or subscribing, whatever you feel that tickles your fancy. If you like some of her videos, just, you know, maybe comment some of them. Follow us both on our social medias that will be listed below. Feel free also, in saying this, to smash the like, comment below, open the discussion for this content of yours that are willing to open up. How do you live on a daily with this and with these everyday struggles that you go through of this? How do you overcome these and the myths and misconceptions about it? Along with also another one I would like to ask is what it's like to live with this condition on a daily for you guys. Also, in saying this before and this, also basically is that I do have a crowdfunding page of Patreon that will hopefully be listed below. Also, for those of you who don't know what Patreon is a crowdfunding page for people like me, of creators, musicians and the like, to continue what we love doing, be it creating more music, doing background, showing what entails of our videos versus everything else. I'll link also, in saying this, that as well as the video that will explain more to the reason why I'm, you know, asking for help for you guys right now. So if you're into this and you're willing to support my cause of these projects as well, feel free to also donate. Don't have to if you don't want to, but if you know of anyone that will maybe want to, just share the link and pass it along, because I'm sure if you want this to be coming up more in the future, I'm hoping to do this for you guys. So enough with the guys. Thanks for support, thanks for watching. Do what love.